We missed a week last week. Some downtime. Are you refreshed?
Yeah. No,
Are you
I'm not
relaxed?
refreshed.
Are you ever refreshed and relaxed?
No, I was not. I was not refreshed and relaxed at all. I in fact cheated on you. I did another podcast this week, the Real Good Show, where I explained that this past weekend I was at. Have you ever done? It was a dance recital.
Oh, I've done some dance recitals.
Have you done a dance?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck! Like it was, dude. Like it was unreal. Like what I endured over the course of the weekend. I was in shock. I thought a dance recital. I'd go. I'd watch maybe 15 dances. I'd go home. It'd be over. No, that's not how it works. There was four shows over the course of the weekend. My two girls were in all of them in different ways, so I had to be there for all four of them. Each one of them, the first set before the intermission was an hour and 45 minutes. Then there's an intermission, and then there's another hour plus after that. It was, dude, it was fucking unreal. Like I could not.
That's parenthood, man, and you got years ahead. Like get used to it.
It's like I couldn't fucking believe it.
Get used to it.
So that was my entire weekend of grinding through that. In fact, the weekend before, I was, we were going through the dress rehearsal for this monstrosity, and I was like in total dance dad mode, trying to change, they are in multiple dances, so they go practice one, they have to change outfits, get to another. I'm in mid-change, and all of a sudden, my fucking phone is blowing up. My Twitter mentions are going wild, and you've called me out, announcing that you will, on the next podcast, you are welcoming anyone that I've blocked. So all my enemies, you're welcoming all my enemies to say, hey, come on in here, explain your story, and I'm going to bring it on the podcast, which I was fine with for a while. Like I was harried. I was stressed dealing with these fucking change of clothes. Like guys aren't even allowed in the change room. So I'm out in like a small hallway changing my girls behind like the candy bar machine. And I'm all of a sudden I'm dealing with this, and I'm like, fuck, okay, I'll deal with this. That's fine. And then all of a sudden, fucking Andrew Walker jumps in, and he's got like some Andrew Walker joke, and I never understand his like comeback. Like him and I have sparred several times, and I'm telling you, there's no one that I don't understand where they're coming from more than him.
So
like,
you fought with him and not knowing really what you were fighting
about?
Like
as an example, like he's one of these guys that says, trade for Hanovins to the 7 for Hanovin. It's a no-brainer. And I'm like, hold on. I'm not fucking letting that go. And this was aside from from Blockgate. And so I started going back. One of the things I said, well, would you have traded the 5th overall pick last year for him? Because if you're willing to trade 7 now, you must be willing to. A year ago, you must have been willing to trade 5, right? You must have been willing to trade Pettersson for him. And he says, I don't deal in hypotheticals. The whole fucking trade is a hypothetical. It's fucking Hanifin. It's a made-up pretend trade. And he writes back, don't get me
started on hypotheticals in and around the draft. Don't. Just don't. I don't go there. Anyway, I don't deal with that.
I never understand where Walker's coming from. When him and I go back and forth, I'm like,
I
feel like he's always taking the L. Like he'll even aside DM or text me and goes, he hands me the L. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't win.
So he blocked you and sent a
No, he didn't. Blockgate was going on. Yeah. He had a joke I didn't get. Like he was going to block me or something. Right. Which I didn't get it, but what made me mad was that now he's involved in this let's have some good fun at the expense of Botchford. And I'm okay with a lot of people doing it. I'm not okay. That's where I draw the line. I will not let Andrew Walker participate in this trolling of me.
Well, let me say,
I was in a bad spot.
Okay, and look, we have done this for years now, this podcast, and one of the hallmarks of the podcast is a good pat on the back. Of course. I feel that this was some of my strongest work to date, because I couldn't believe, Botch, like, people by the thousands were coming out of the woodwork. Like, this list just kept growing of how many people you had blocked. And
like, honestly, though, I had unblocked everyone.
I understand that. And that ultimately, like, the liberation, this amnesty that I created, like, I have slept so well these last couple of weeks since we've done one of these. I really do think that this is some of my finest work.
No, you got me good.
But I couldn't believe the number of people that they came racing to tell me their story, but almost everyone was like, I've never said anything bad about it. I don't know why. I've been blocked. I don't get it. But they all seem to want the unblock. And so I'll take you at face value that the photo you posted with the completely empty block basket.
Well, I didn't Photoshop it. It was legit.
Well, look, in this day, people Photoshop everything.
Come on.
But so I said, I'll take you at face value.
You got me good,
People have been freed.
You got me good.
I hope they're enjoying their access to you now.
And I DM'd you that day, and I said, I'm getting fucking revenge on you for this.
Right, so you're trying to tell me you took it well. At the same time, you're...
No, I didn't take it well. I admit I didn't take it well. I said I would have taken it well if Walker didn't get involved. It was just like... the hell? It was just like when you guys, you and IMAC did those Besser stories, and I was left in the cold. I didn't get Besser, even though I had requested them. And you and fucking IMAC are writing Besser stories. And IMAC, like... he just pumped up the beginning of his story, like, told exclusively to Sportsnet, and Sportsnet is the first to hear from Brock Besser. And I would have been fine if the two of you wrote about Besser, and I didn't. I'd be like, okay, I'll catch up. I'll try to do a better, different story. But when I read IMAC, I just felt like he was just digging in on me, saying he got, and it drove me crazy. And it was the same that weekend. I think I would have been okay, A, if I wasn't at dance recital, and B, if Walker didn't get involved. But once you put the bait out there and you got Walker to bite, no, I didn't take it well. I was furious. I ruined my whole day. And my whole, like, I was just like, what do I do? How do I stop this? And the only thing I came up with, I'm going to unblock everyone and get that out there. That was finally what worked.
So you're welcome. On my behalf, to all of you that demanded, that asked, you're welcome.